Welcome back to another episode of Howrse, and I actually don't remember what we did last time. It's been a long time because you see, I lost my voice for like 5 days, and then I went on a trip. I went on a trip a lot basically. My whole summer was just jammed packed, so I haven't been doing a lot of stuff lately, but that's okay. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how I can talk and play the game at the same time. I never thought this would be really hard to do, but apparently it's super challenging. Like, I'm here holding the mic, and then I gotta talk, and then I gotta play the game. What? I had no idea this would be, like, really challenging, but, not that challenging, but difficult. So, you still pay attention, but then still manage to play the game without pausing and then just talking all the time. I didn't think that'd be super hard, but apparently it is. For me, anyway. And right now, I'm just taking care of my horses because I decided that I want to have them all loved. Oh, yeah, you kind of forgot, but we had this little event thing going on, and I won this, which was really cool. And I have a Tianima. I think that's how you spell it. But this is a divine horse, and basically, divine horses give you special advantages over other players in the game, which is kind of cool. At least I like to think so. And mine, basically, if I ever have a donkey, I can do 4 coverings instead of 3 coverings. I know, so special, right? I get to have, like, donkeys. That's basically what my horse does. And then he can also trigger the falling bonus, twice as many droppings as usual for horses, which I probably should go to him first instead of just going around. And anyway, you could basically do anything. He's like a normal horse, but with like special added features. Comes with special coats too. And again, this is really challenging to like play the game while talking. Maybe I should just do a voiceover while I play the game. That might be actually a little bit easier to do. And this is what anyway. And with divine horses, you're only allowed to compete once in a regular competition. Otherwise, you can only compete in divine horses competitions because these horses, divines, are kind of like overpowering. They're like a Mary Sue, so if you like put them in the normal competitions, you tend to win a lot. So that's why they have separate competitions for special horses. So there's no like, oh wow, this person's winning because they got a special horse. And you can only win these special horses through events. You can only win them through events and competitions. So like the memory game, you can win horses that way. And the only other way is if you use passes, but they're like a lot of money to buy them, so they're really expensive. Most horses cannot be sold. Most divines can't be sold. Some of them can, and those that are not really worth that much. I will show you what a horse that can be sold. They're not really worth much in my opinion. This is lead-in. This is a divine horse that you can sell. Basically, triggering a bonus. That's pretty much it. Not very useful. They don't have a lot of skills. And you can sell them for like money. You can also change their name if you wanted to. So that's another thing that you can do that's pretty cool. And that's about all they can do. And that's all they're pretty much used for. So they just trigger bonuses, which I guess if you want bonuses is good for you. I don't necessarily need them. They're not really necessary for me. So I don't tend to use them at all that much, mostly because I have like a lot of bonuses. Not with this horse though. This horse is not one that I have. Oh, here's another horse. You can also like get special items like a magic hat, and basically, well, I don't really know what the magic hat does. What does the magic hat do again? So the magic hat gives you like special bonuses. Mine is all of your horse's food becomes free. That's what mine is, the enchanter. So that's pretty cool. All my food is free, so I don't have to worry about it, and that's a cool skill to have. Each one has like a different skill you can go through. I don't really want to go through all of this one. And it used to be that if a horse was 30 years old, then you could send it to heaven, basically killing it, and you get one golden pass. But since, the currency's changed, I don't think that's useful anymore. They don't do that anymore. Just kind of sad. Oh yeah, this horse is dying. This horse is super old because it's like over 30 years. It's gonna die. And I'm just gonna take care of it until it does die because, these horses don't last forever. They typically uh, die around 30 or after, unless you have an immortal stone. Most of my horses do, but not this one because I am not an Alhaltiki breeder. But this one belonged to an old friend. Well, actually, this is the second generation. The first generation died because they died of natural age. So basically, ooh, shoot, this one's like needs to go to bed. Okay, that one's going to bed. But they basically died, and so I decided to use her horses for selling. So that's why I have these, which if you're a new player and you need a horse to start out, I'll give one of these to you for 500 equis. Although if you go back on your word saying you take care of it and you start to sell it immediately, then, people like you guys are going to make me want to jack up the prices. Okay? And I'm really super upset about this because, you can do whatever you want with the horse, but if you just buy my horse and then sell it right away for like passes, which I've seen players do, and I'm so irritated by that, then like, okay, but you're never going to get one of my horses. I will make sure you never get one of my horses because I'll start jacking up the prices and then I'll start actually using passes, selling them for passes because apparently you think you can get away with that and use my generosity to make a profit off of it, which is like not the point of it. So I'm not going to have any of that, and if I find you doing that, well, I'm just going to jack up the price so that the next person who tries to do that won't have a nice time doing it because it's going to be super hard. So, you know what? I might just jack up the prices so much that I might not just sell any of my horses anymore. Which is why I used to like sell horses with golden apples and stuff and have all this cool stuff on it. And I did it for a relatively cheap price, but then, people are freaking greedy and they just like to take over your generosity and, I just don't do it anymore. That's why I don't sell any of my horses with GAs now. I don't sell any of them. They are not for sale. The ones that don't have them could be used for sale, but if they're a purebred Spanish horse, they're not for sale. I don't sell those at all, so don't even try. But luckily, no one's ever asked me if they wanted one, so I'm good. I'm very good with that. So I don't even know how to say Alhaltikis, but anyway. Yeah, so I have them for 500 equis, but if I swear, if the next person does it again, they're gonna go up to 1,000, and they're gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep jacking up the prices every time someone does it, to the point where it's just too expensive, and then no one's wanting to buy them, or I'll just start selling them for passes. And then you can only get them for passes or something. Eventually that's just how it's gonna be. And it's not my fault. It's the greedy people's fault for doing that and ruining your guys' chances. Or maybe I'll only give them away for competition wises. But it's fine. I like to consider my horses that I sell high quality because they're usually high GP. They're around high GP. And they're good starters for people who are just coming into the game. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I check periodically because they have what is this, an affix that basically allows me to see who has my horses. And let me just say, there's a lot of people who have my horses, the same person, and they sell them for more than what I sold, which is really sad because they did nothing to them. Actually, maybe I should call that person out, but that person's probably not going to care because once you have it, you can do whatever you want with the horse. But I'm just so disappointed. But, people play the game differently than I do, and I just have to respect that. But I'm going to be really mad at you, so don't expect anything from me if you have one of my horses and then you do that. Just letting you know ahead of time. Oh, man. So, yeah. So right now, I'm on the affix of Cyrenix. Cyrenix is children. And there was a story behind it because I used to have a best friend. We're not friends anymore. But she used to have an account, now she doesn't. So I'm so mad because all the horses I gave to her had golden apples, and now she didn't give them back to me. And now they're all gone. They're all dead. So, just like our friendship, but that's fine. Anyway, so we used to have a thing, and then we made a story when we were little about how our horses would fall in love with each other. And so her horse name was Rory, and then mine was Cyrenix. And so these are all the children that we've had that are still alive because she had some horses that belonged to the family. But of course, when her account dies, so does all of her horses. So all of those horses died. So we don't have any records of them anymore. And so they're dead. She also sold some of the horses, which I was so mad about. Sold the children, and those are also dead too. So that just makes me feel super good about that. But it's fine because you play the game differently. It's okay. Anyway, so now I have a new one because I bought Darius, which I think you've met him a couple times, the horse, and then Maddie, and then I bought them. So now I can keep all of the children and then have a quiz on them. Or special ones. Like this one is a fire element. You can get the elemental series, and basically, the fifth element, your horse will enjoy a selected coat from water, earth, air, fire, or metal, and you basically get special skills. The fifth element cannot be combined with another special coat, so if you give a golden apple, you lose the fifth element, of course. And they basically just give you special skills for that particular horse. So I also have that, which is cool. I generally use those fifth elements when I don't have any golden apples to use. So that's the only time I use them. And it's, I could give them away, get some net golden apples, but the exchange rate here in the US server is not very good, so I just tend to just keep everything and then use them. You can get them different coats too. Oh, this one's also a special one. This is the double-sided medallion. I actually don't remember how I got this. I think I won it in one of these memory game things. Basically, we'll open this one so you guys can see what it is. But basically, you also get special skills, but this one, you get, special things too. So I think I have the crazy robot. Your horse shows their dark side, 3 times any chance of finding horse treat during their actions. Loony dark, morale energy for the whole day, doesn't count, blah, blah, blah. Not once a non-lord reaches 25 years old, then their energy. Okay, so this is the whole entire one. Demonic Angel, 6-point penalty, their skills. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. Wish I had other ones too. That'd be cool. I'd like to collect those, but it's really hard to do it on the US server. It's a lot easier on the international server. I usually don't breed my own purebred Spanish horses because I like to collect the coats, every single coat of them. And once I collect them, I don't usually buy anymore. And I do that a lot on the international server. Oh, I forgot okay, here we go. I have a special way of training them where you can get the most out of this in their day. But I've not been doing that because obviously I've been talking right now. So, yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I collect the special coats and then, I don't know, I just don't like breeding my own horses. I just know, because I get attached to them and I don't want to sell them. That's why if I have twins, I'll sell them. I know, it's really hard. I'll sell them on the international server, but I won't sell them on the US server because I like to keep them. I know. I just get real attached to these horses. I don't really know why I like purebred Spanish horses because you're not going to see the coat because I automatically put a golden apple or a special elemental series one or something special like medallions things on them immediately. But I don't know, I'm so attached to purebred Spanish horses. I honestly could not tell you why. I just love them a lot. So I think they're cool and majestic, and I just won't have any other breeds. Now I used to when I was younger in this game. I used to collect any horse that was neglected, fluff them up, put all the special coats in them, and put a special coat on them and make them look pretty. But then I got it in my head that I couldn't take care of all the horses because for some reason in my head I was like, I have to take care of all these horses every day. So I sold them, which was a really stupid idea because I really wish I didn't do that. But, all those horses are gone and I can't do anything about it, so now I'll just restart the golden collection and only have purebreds because I'm that special apparently. Although on the international server, I do have different horses, and that's because of special things I want. Like if I want to get a companion one, which you saw with Tianima, then I'll find another horse that has it if they're the only one that has it. But usually I can get them with the purebred Spanish horse. It's not that hard. So right now I'm training all my horses. What I typically tend to do is I like to, there's a play option when they're young, and I like to do the max every time with them, and then once they have the training thing, then I do that, and then once they're done, I do the rides first, and I don't do competitions until the rides are completed. That way they get the most bluff out of their time. See, there's play, and you get to do special sequences with them. So this one, yeah. And also some of these horses have like, this one doesn't have one, but if this is silver, it means it's a retired coat. Basically means there's a limited edition of the coats that you can get, and this one's a limited edition one, but I thought it was pretty, so I got it. I usually just get it for the aesthetics. If they're pretty, I'll get them. That's about it. Oh, with these horses, they can't go past 20% energy, otherwise they'll lose it, or they might die. If they hit 0, obviously they're going to die. Sometimes if you're lucky, if they're young enough, they won't die, which is nice, but usually if it's 0, they'll die. You want to keep a nice sweet spot as above 20, like 25% is a nice one to have. Generally, I would say 30% is where you want to keep the horse's health. If you want to keep doing it, let's see if I remember. Perfect. So if you get them above 52, then you can hit the training button again. And if you get so you can't do any training. I wouldn't do training. That's like too low to do any training, but that's how I would do it. So also unicorns are apparently really rare to get. Well, not rare, but they're hard to breed. So if you have a lot of unicorns, then that's like a special thing. If you want them, I think I have 3, but most of them are male. If you get a female one, it's really rare to get those. Although if you get a Zeus's lightning bolt, you can change their gender, so then you don't have to worry about it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is another divine, but I honestly hate this divine. I hate these ones because you can't do anything with them, so I just never uses them. And I have 2 of these ones. I don't know, and I can't sell them either, which is really useless. Anyway, so I just did all of my horses right now, and that's about it. I think they take about 30 minutes to get all these horses done on the US server. I think I have to redo my layout, because I make my own layouts, so I'm going to have to do that one day. I'm going to have to redo them. Here you can see the GP, because see how much good they are. Yeah, I'm going to give this one to another person who asked. So I looked at their account. This one likes to sell horses, so I don't know if they're actually going to keep their word for it. But, I'm not going to judge. Hopefully they're just going to keep it straight for me. And anyway, that's the end of the US server. I'll see you guys probably next time on the international server or the US one, whichever one I prefer to play the game on that day. And I'll see you all later. Bye!